So you want to know what the deal is with the new essences coming in 8.2 Rise of Azshara? You heard about them, you've seen some videos about them, but you might still need some light shed upon them. Well my friend, today you will learn about all the right essences for your spec, how and where to get them, how to improve them, and everything to get you going, so bookmark this video because you might want to come back to it once the patch is out. If you are tired of Azerite traits, then, well, you still use them in 8.2, but you don't have to unlock any traits, since the Azerite pieces will come with everything already unlocked. However, the new Azerite system we will have will be the Essence system. What this means is that once 8.2 starts, we'll go to NAZJATAR to continue our campaign, and there Magni will have a quest for us to unlock the Forge, where we will imbue our necklace with the new essences. Let's first take a look at what our necklace will be actually. The necklace essentially can open up like our Legion artifact, and it will have 3 slots where we can input a different essence. The one in the middle will be the major slot and the other 2 will be the minor slots. Each essence has 2 effects, a major and a minor effect. When you insert the essence into the major slot, both effects will apply to your character. But if you insert it into the minor slot, only the minor effect will take place. As such, mix and matching, swapping essences in and out, will change the passives and bonuses you will get. In between the essence slots we have 4 nodes, for now, that we can unlock along the way. And yes, I said unlock because there will still be a progression system. There will always be a progression system, and this is fine. Everything off the bat, spoon-fed to us, would be boring, and as long as the progression is done properly, then it's fine. To start things off, you need your neck to be at level 35 to unlock the major essence, which will be the main one you care about. This is something everyone should have by now, and if you are just starting out in 8.2, don't worry, the catch-up mechanic is pretty good. After that we need level 55 and level 65 respectively to unlock the minor slots in our neck piece. Along the way we have the stamina nodes I mentioned that are just that. Stamina boosts, essentially a 3% increase for each node. The nodes are unlocked at levels 53, 57 and 62. So far we don't know if this will be expanded like in Legion when we had Concordance. It might, so it's safer to assume that this is not all there will be to it. But as far as patch 8.2 goes, it's quite a bit, because we actually have quite a few essences to unlock and find, and each have ranks and they can be upgraded too, and that's what we will check next. So far we have 21 total essences, spread across all specs and found in all types of content. Certain essences are DPS related, certain ones are tank, and other ones are healer related. If you're playing a hybrid, know that you might be looking at getting multiple essences. In this section we will explore all of them by drop location, which will include essences for each spec individually or general essences that can be applied to all of them. So if you're interested in a specific essence, check the timestamps in the description. We will showcase the max rank on the screen so you can get a better idea of where the essence will end up. But keep in mind, lower ranks will have fewer effects. Also, the legendary rank is just a cosmetic upgrade. The raiding essences have currently 2 data mined ways to be obtained. For the tank you simply have to kill Azshara on LFR or normal difficulty to get the rank 1, on heroic for rank 2, and to get rank 3 you need to combine the currency Aqueous Reliquaries that drop from 3 of the raid bosses. The legendary rank drops from Mythic Azshara. For the healer and DPS, the PTR basically tells us that we need to combine the currency for all 3 ranks, which doesn't really sound right because it would mean that you could make the rank 3 by doing LFR. Like, what? Anyhow, the tank essence is Azeroth's Undying Gift, a 1-minute cooldown that gives you a 20% damage reduction buff for 4 seconds. Rank 2 lowers the cooldown to 45 seconds, and rank 3 gives you a 40% damage reduction for 2 seconds, then a 20% damage reduction for the other 2 seconds. The minor effect procs when you drop below 35% HP, giving you a massive armor boost for 8 seconds with a cooldown of 150 seconds. Rank 2 lowers the cooldown to 2 minutes, Rank 3 doubles the armor gain for the first 4 seconds, and for the last 4 has the same amount of armor gain as rank 2. The healer equivalent is called Vitality Conduit. The essence itself is a 1-minute cooldown spell that links your target with the highest HP ally in 30 yards, where the ally funnels health to your target for 6 seconds. Rank 2 shortens the cooldown to 45 seconds and transfers a bit more health, while rank 3 sees an extra mechanic where, if the target reaches full health, the effect will jump to the lowest health ally for the remaining duration. The minor effect is similar, a passive where the target of your heals can start sucking health from the highest HP ally within 30 yards, rank 2 funnels more health, and rank 3 leaves a shield on the target for 5 seconds after the funnel ends. The DPS essence is Condensed Life Force. This is a 3-minute cooldown that, once you activate it, summons an Azerite elemental for 30 seconds that deals damage every 8 seconds and increases your haste for every spell it casts for the 3rd rank. You lose the buff when it despawns. The minor effect makes your abilities and spell have a chance to shoot an Azerite spikes that deals damage, rank 2 increases the damage, and rank 3 applies a debuff that gives you 10% more damage on the target. The Mythic Plus system awards the rank 1 essence from completing of +4 or higher in Season 3, rank 2 drops after +7, and rank 3 can be made from 15 focused life anima currencies that drop from the weekly chest, but you have to have rank 2 already unlocked. The legendary rank can be attained by completing the Keystone Master achievement. The tank essence is Anima of Life and Death. The essence deals damage based on 10% of your max HP in an AoE fashion and heals for 5% of your max HP per enemy hit, up to a max of 25% max health, with a 2.5 minute cooldown. Rank 2 shortens the cooldown, and rank 3 the amount you heal is increased for up to 10%, and the cap can reach up to 50% of your max HP. The minor effect will give you increasing stacks of HP for each kill you get, up to 10, resetting once you reach 35% health. The healer essence is Lifebinder's Invocation, a castable spell with a 3-minute cooldown that implants 30 seeds on rank 1, 40 on rank 2, and on rank 3 any seeds not used that expire reduce the cooldown of the ability. Now, what do these seeds do, you ask? Well, we go to the minor effect for that. When healing, you have a chance to implant a seed for 12 seconds. Anytime the target takes damage, a seed is used to heal the target. Rank 2 extends the duration the seeds will last, and rank 3 places a small hot on the target every time a seed from your healing is applied. Not sure if it works with a major effect though. The DPS essence is Essence of the Focusing Iris. The major effect is on a 1.6 second cast with a 1.5 minute cooldown. Once you activate it, it deals massive AoE damage in front of you for 2.5 seconds. Rank 2 shortens the cast time, and rank 3 makes it castable while moving. The minor power is a passive that gives a haste stack every time you use a spell or ability against your target, up to 10 total stacks. The buff is lost once you switch targets. Rank 2 gives more haste per stack, and rank 3 makes it so the first ability gives you 3 stacks to start with. Lastly, an essence that is available for all specs, and not really an M+ essence, but one that drops from completing the new dungeon, Operation MECHAGON. The essence is Vision of Perfection. To get the rank 2, you need to get the quest item Perfectly Timed Differential Blueprint from King MECHAGON. For rank 3, you will combine Progression Sprockets, which also come from King MECHAGON, and for the legendary rank you need to complete the achievement Keep DPSing and Nobody Explodes. The major effect of the essence is that your spells and abilities have a chance to proc your spec's major cooldown for 25% of its base duration. Rank 2 increases that to 35% duration, and rank 3 buffs you and 2 allies with haste for 10 seconds when the effect procs. The minor effect reduces the cooldown of said major cooldown by a specific percentage based off of your spec and balance, meaning that the number is different for all specs and can change to keep the essence balanced. Rank 2 heals you for 5% of your max health when you activate your spec's cooldown, and Rank 3 adds a passive boost to versatility. The PvP related essences are actually 5 in total, 3 for individual specs and 2 general ones, so let's check them out. The first 3 that are spec exclusive become available at your faction vendor PvP in Mugambala or Borealis after completing the quest Storming the Battlefields. The Rank 2 can be bought further on after completing the Battlefield Brawler achievement, while the Rank 3 is made from the currency Coalescing Blood that drops from Battlegrounds, Brawls and PvP islands. The legendary rank, it seems, has no other requirements than Marks of Honor, and all previous ones unlocked. The tank essence is Sphere of Suppression, with the major power being an activated ability that reduces the move speed of enemies in 15 yards by 70% and their attack speed by 25% for 8 seconds. Rank 2 lowers the cooldown, and Rank 3 gives you a 50% move speed boost if you successfully hit an enemy. The minor effect debuffs an enemy move speed by 30% and gives you haste for 5 seconds after being attacked. Rank 2 also gives you move speed, and Rank 3 has no additional bonuses. Not sure if intended or is incomplete. The healer one is Artifice of Time. The major effect is a 4-minute freaking cooldown that puts a massive shield on an ally that absorbs damage and healing for 4 seconds. Once it expires, the absorbed damage and healing is delivered over 10 seconds as a healing over time effect. Rank 2 extends the shield duration to 6 seconds, and Rank 3 provides a damage reduction buff by 20% for those 10 seconds. The minor effect gives you a chance on heals to give your target haste for 6 seconds, 8 seconds for Rank 2, and for Rank 3 you also give them speed, but the duration is back to 6 seconds. What? And the DPS one is Blood of the Enemy. This is a 2-minute cooldown that deals moderate damage in a 12-yard radius, marking the enemies for 15 seconds. You have 25% crit strike extra against marked enemies. Rank 2 lowers the cooldown, and Rank 3 gives an additional 35% crit damage for the duration. The minor effect says that for each crit strike with spells or abilities, you get a stacking buff. At 25 stacks, you consume the buff and gain a massive haste boost for 12 seconds. Rank 2 gives you a bit of crit for each stack on you, and Rank 3 makes the consume effect have a 25% chance of only consuming 15 stacks instead of the full 25, in turn making you start with 10 stacks for the next round instead of 0. Another essence that applies to all specs is Ripple in Space. This one went through 2 name changes, and who knows what its final implementation will be. The way you get it is from the first world PvP quest you get when arriving in NAZJATAR to slay 25 members of the opposing faction. Subsequent ranks can be bought from your faction vendor in NAZJATAR. The major effect is a 1.5 minute cooldown ability that leaves an Azerite mark on the ground and after 4 seconds teleports you back to it, dealing minor AoE damage. Rank 2 lowers the delay to 2 seconds, and Rank 3 gives you a 10-second 10% damage reduction buff after being relocated. The minor power activates after you moving 20 yards within a 4-second time frame, giving you a chunk of your primary stat for 6 seconds as a buff with a 1-minute cooldown. Rank 2 increases the buff duration, and Rank 3 gives you a passive 3% move speed overall. Lastly, Conflict and Strife, again for all specs. This one drops from a completed weekly PvP chest with Rank 1. Rank 2 drops the next reset after attaining 1000 or more rating and reaching the cap. Rank 3 can be made by collecting the burgeoning Battlefield Furor tokens from weekly chests, and the legendary rank dropping the next reset after reaching the elite rank. The major effect of this essence is that it gives you a specific PvP talent based on your spec, a talent that cannot be changed for another one in case you don't want it. This essence is still being worked on, but we can assume the major effect will remain the same, with further changes being to the small increases in each rank. What we know now is that the last rank gives you double the defensive benefit of your versatility while being stunned. The minor effect, Rank 1, gives you a small versatility stack for 8 seconds that can stack 5 times and procs off of an ability and spell usage. You also get a stack once you are CC'd. The rank 3, however, seems to give you a stack of versatility for 14 seconds after being CC'd, and that's it. I will update you guys once more data on this one is out and final. In this last section, we will look at what essences you can get from the 8.2 factions by rep and vendor, meaning the NAZJATAR faction you befriend at the beginning of your 8.2 questline and the Rust Bolt Resistance faction in MECHAGON. The first rank is unlocked upon reaching Honored, second at Revered, and third at Exalted, with the legendary rank dropping from Paragon rep rewards. Let's check the NAZJATAR faction first, where we have 3 spec-specific essences. The tank essence is Aegis of the Deep. The essence's major effect is an activated ability with a cooldown, which depends on your rank, and the effect will reduce the damage from each attack you receive, with the last rank giving you avoidance after the effect fades. The minor effect gives you versatility for each enemy around you. Rank 2 doubles this effect when below 35% HP, and rank 3 gives you health regen for each stack you have on. The healer essence is the Ever Rising Tide. The major part of the essence is a 30-second cooldown button to press. For 8 seconds, each spell you cast will increase your healing by 4%, but your mana regen is paused for 10 seconds. Rank 2 extends the healing window to 10 seconds instead of 8, and rank 3 provides you a 10% haste buff for the duration. The minor effect makes your heals have a chance to either give you a big intellect boost for 10 seconds or a bit of mana, with a chance to get mana being higher the lower your mana pool is. Rank 2 gives you more intellect or mana back, and rank 3 adds a 20% chance to get both effects. Pretty cool, to be honest. The DPS essence is the Unbound Force, a 1-minute cooldown that shoots shards of Azerite dealing damage to your target for 2 seconds. The damage is increased by 300% if it crits. The rank 2 effect lowers the cooldown to 45 seconds. The rank 3 effect shoots another shard at your target for each crit you do with the initial effect, up to a max of 5 extra shards. The minor effect gives you a Reckless Force stacking buff when you don't crit. When you reach 20 stacks, you get 50% crit strike for 4 seconds. Rank 2 increases the crit strike to 100%, and rank 3 increases the buff duration to 5 seconds. Although not a rep reward, we still have one that comes from the NAZJATAR faction vendor, and that is Memory of Lucid Dreams, available for all specs. The rank 1 can be obtained after completing the A Brief Respite or Down into NAZJATAR quest depending on your faction, with subsequent ranks being purchasable from the respective faction vendor with a prismatic Mana Pearls currency. The major effect is a 3-minute cooldown activated ability that gives you 100% of your spec's resource regeneration for 10 seconds. Rank 2 boosts this to 12 seconds, and rank 3 adds a bunch of leech on top of the existing effect. The minor effect gives you a chance to have your spec resource refunded for 50% of its spells or abilities cost and heal you for an amount scaling with your versatility. Rank 2 heals you for more, and rank 3 adds a 8-second versatility buff when the effect procs. A quick clarification here: if you're playing a spec that doesn't use resource-specific abilities such as a prop paladin, then you are refunded a charge for a specific ability instead of a resource for any ability, such as half a charge of Shield of the Righteous. Moving on to the MECHAGON faction, Rust Bolt Resistance, we have again 3 spec-specific essences. Tanks have Nullification Dynamo. The major effect of the essence is another ability on your bars with a bigger cooldown that pops a big shield that absorbs magic damage. Rank 2 reduces the cooldown, and rank 3 also cleanses you from harmful effects. The minor effect is a passive shield every 20 seconds that lasts for 10 seconds and also absorbs only magic damage. Rank increases the frequency of the shield, while rank 3 makes the shield explode in AoE damage divided amongst enemies once the absorb is used up. Healers get the Well of Existence. The major effect is a 15 seconds cooldown button that releases all the healing stored into it on an ally with a 20% healing boost. The stored healing comes from overheals you do on the target. Rank 2 amplifies the healing by 50%, and rank 3 will make it so the stored healing does not surpass the max HP, meaning that no excess healing will be going to waste. The minor effect stores 15% of your healing into the actual essence that supposedly affects the amount for the major effect as well. When you heal a target below 40% HP, the well releases a small fraction of the stored healing. Rank 2 increases the passive storage to 20% and raises the bar to 60% of your target's health to activate the healing. Rank 3 adds a passive that when the well has less than X amount of healing, the healing storage is doubled. And last but not least, the DPS essence is Purification Protocol. The major effect is a 1 minute cooldown that calls down a beam, dealing damage for 6 seconds, and if the targets struck are aberrations, they're also stunned for 3 seconds. Rank 2 has a funny extra effect that has a chance to immediately annihilate any specimen deemed unworthy by Mother, which can mean any corruption enemy, old gods, shit, etc. Also means insta-kill from the tooltip. Badass. Rank 3, if you actually kill an enemy, you get a 3-second buff for 10% extra damage. The minor effect is a passive chance to proc upon using a spell or ability. It will shoot a blast of Azerite energy dealing fire damage that scales with your versatility, and a 50% extra damage to aberration. Rank 2 also procs a heal over time effect for 8 seconds, and rank 3 increases the damage the blast will do. And we are down to 2 more. This one, called the World Vein Resonance, is obtained by completing the quest Azeroth for the Alliance or Azeroth for the Horde from your Island Expedition NPC. The second rank can be made by combining fragments of Zemlon's Lost Treasure Map, which comes from Island Expeditions, and then complete the mission Lost Treasure of the Pirate King, most likely from the mission table because we don't have the full details yet. Rank 3 will be obtained by recruiting a captain follower and completing the mission chain starting with a disturbing rumor. The legendary rank seems to drop from mysterious treasure map missions. Is this a 100% chance drop? Not sure yet, but we will let you guys know. Now finally to what this essence actually does. The major effect is a 2-minute cooldown button that makes 2 lifeblood shards erupt from the ground, and I will tell you what those are in a second. Rank 2 causes 3 of them, and rank 3 gives no current bonuses to the major effect. The minor effect, and this is where we get to see what the shards do, gives you a passive spawning shard every 18 to 25 seconds, granting you and allies using this essence a boost to the main stat while sitting in 8 yards from the shards, lasting 12 seconds. Eh? It doesn't say on the tooltip, but the buff stacks with the number of shards present. Rank 2 boosts the duration for the buff to 18 seconds, and rank 3 changes the RNG to every 1 to 25 seconds chance to proc. So get to praying, nerds! It also increases the area of effect to 12 yards. And last but definitely not least, the first actual essence you'll be getting. Ha! Strung you along for the ride, haven't I? Well, this one is of course another not spec related one called Crucible of Flame. This one drops from the quest Mother Knows Best that you do anyway to unlock your Heart of Azeroth Forge. Rank 2 unlocks at neck level 54, and with the completion of the quest In Darkness I Dream, rank 3 is from neck level 58 and the quest Investigating the Highlands. The legendary rank unlocks at maxing your necklace and completing the quest Heart of Azeroth Essential Power. The major effect of this one is a 30-second ability that blasts an enemy for a bunch of damage or a friendly for healing, scaling with versatility. Each cast of this applies a buff that increases its effect by 100%. After the third cast, the effect resets, or if the buff drops, of course. Rank 2 adds a dot or a hot for 75% of its effect, lasting 6 seconds. Rank 3 adds an additional charge. The minor effect is a proc chance on your spells and abilities to either place a small dot or a small hot on your target, depending if it's friendly or hostile. Rank 2 boosts the damage or peeling of it. Rank 3 makes it capable of stacking 3 times. Is that all? let me. Oh yeah, fuck it, finally, Jesus. A short disclaimer, guys, 8.2 is not out, and the essences might change, not 100%, but we felt this was a good time to compile all the data mines information available. If you're watching this in the future and found that something is wrong, check the pinned comments down below where I will update any changes we get. If this is the first time on our channel, click the link at the top and you will find a guide specific for your class and spec. We put a lot of time and research into these guides so you can pick up any class and learn it fast. We greatly appreciate our supporting patrons for all their continuous love. And if you want to become a patron and support our content, there are links down in the description, where you might also find an Amazon affiliate link for all your nerdy Warcraft needs, and you can check our recommendations. Thanks for watching the video and being awesome, and I'll see you next time.
Never thought I'd meet someone